Jack Nolan, joined by Notre Dame defensive coordinator Mike Elko. Of course, we spoke a few weeks ago as you began fall camp down in Culver. I know you go into camp with some questions. Of the questions you had 2 weeks ago, how many have been answered?
Yeah, I think most of them. I think we wanted to come back playing faster and harder than we did in the spring, and I think that was our biggest point of emphasis, and we've been able to do that. And we challenged our guys to come out day in and day out, and for the most part, we fought through the camp grind pretty good, and happy with where we're going.
Now, we mentioned in the first interview, but I think it is a great mark on your resume. In the last 5 years, there's only 2 defensive coordinators in the country who've been associated with a defense that was in the top 40 in total D every year, and you are one of them. And you did it at Bowling Green, and you did it at Wake Forest. The expectation is you're going to do it here, but how are you going to do it?
I think we're going to get our kids to understand how to play defense. I think that's the biggest thing we preach is playing defense as 11 guys, knowing where my help is, knowing how to leverage the football, knowing the fundamentals that it takes to be a great defense, and I think kids are buying into that philosophy.
And the other 2 things your defenses usually do: they turn the football over and they pressure the quarterback. 2 things this team did not do well last year.
Yeah, those are huge parts of being successful. If you want to win football games and you want to be a great defense, you've got to make the quarterback uncomfortable, and then you've got to create turnovers and give our offense extra possessions. Our offense is dynamic enough that if we can set them up with the football, we're going to win a lot of football games.
As I watch practice the last few weeks, the one thing that's jumping out at me is this defensive line, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this defensive line appears to be better than a lot of people are giving it credit for.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I didn't come in with the expectations everyone else did. I just came in and evaluated them, and I'm happy with that group. I think that group has battled back and forth against a very talented offensive line day in and day out in practice. I think we've had our days where we've been successful. Certainly so have they. But I think that challenge and establishing your defense from the front has been accepted.
The other conventional wisdom question mark is the safety position. How is that looking to you?
Yeah, I think those guys are getting better every day. I think we've got athletic kids back there. I think we've got young kids back there that don't maybe have a ton of experience, and so with each and every day, those kids get better and continue to come out and work. And I think by the time we show up against Temple, they'll be ready to go.
All right, 2.5 weeks before you take on Temple, what do you need to accomplish as a defense so that you play at the level you wanted to play? It's not going to be a finished product against Temple, but I know you want to get to a certain level.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing right now is consistency. I think we've seen the peaks of what we're capable of. We're certainly seeing that more often than we did at times in the spring. I think now we're really just trying to hone into getting that to be an everyday thing and every rep thing. And we're progressing, but we're not quite there yet.
Mike, thank you again for the time.
Yeah, great seeing you.
With Notre Dame defensive coordinator Mike Elko, I'm Jack Nolan, reminding you our training camp reports brought to you by our friends at St. Joseph Health System.